Mr. President, I rise today to speak briefly, and I know we've got a little backup here, so I will try to combine two things together to save some time. Briefly on an amendment that I have already introduced to the budget bill, but which also qualifies as a waste of the week. So I'm going to do a twofer here. As I have said previously, I'm coming down to the floor every week to point out a waste of funds that, if eliminated and addressed, can save the taxpayer a lot of money. We've got the thermometer growing in terms of the amount of money we've been able to offer, in terms of programs that simply are not working, can be reformed or changed or dropped and save the taxpayer a lot of dollars. This week's waste addresses a well-intentioned federal program that's moved away from its original intention of addressing an important social need. Officially known as the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, this program is more commonly known to the American public as food stamps. This program started under President Kennedy in the early 60s. It was started as a temporary lifeline to those in need. Over time, the program grew. It was 30 years later, or more than 30 years later, when the Republican Congress, with a Democrat President Clinton, reformed welfare in 1996. And during that reform, they made reforms to the SNAP program, or the food stamp program, adding some qualifying information. These reforms required that in order to qualify for food stamps, able-bodied adults had to register for work and accept a job if it was offered to them, or go to a training program in order to qualify for food stamps. That was in the law. It was a welfare reform program that was supported by both Democrats and Republicans under a Democrat president and a Republican Congress, and history has shown that it worked. Well, in 2009, our current president, President Obama, as part of the stimulus law, modified this program and put it in a position where it now is spending a lot more money, and removed essentially those requirements that were agreed to, both by Democrats and Republicans. As one journalist said, today SNAP is an open-ended income supplement program that discourages work. According to the Wall Street Journal, between 2008 and 2013, food stamp recipients grew by nearly 69%. In contrast, the poverty rate increased just 16.5% during that same period. But with our economy recovering and more job opportunities becoming available, I have introduced this amendment to reinstate the requirements that were agreed to, as I said, in a bipartisan way under President Clinton. This legislation, if we make this reform, has been scored as saving at least $19 billion over a period of time. No small amount. It's good stewardship of our financial resources at a time when we need to have that stewardship because of the credit crunch that we are now in. So what we add here to the ever-growing thermometer that tries to take us to $100 billion of savings for the taxpayer is a $19 billion chunk of savings that has been documented as achievable, just simply by returning the program to the place where it was implemented by both Republicans and Democrats.